So somebody asked me, one of my subscribers, what do you think the new retirement law is going to have in terms of effect on the real estate market, to Dubai, its recovery, etc., so on and so forth. In one word, or in a nutshell, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. Things are going to get better. But you want to know the entire story and know why? Check out the entire video. And before we go further, hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon. Look, my name is Fahd Dawood. I do talk about real estate internationally, Dubai specifically, our life, and our path to financial bliss. I'm also the author of The Intelligent Real Estate Investor. You can buy it off Amazon, or you can purchase the ebook. Want to work with me specifically? There is a link in the description, and you can reach out to me, and essentially I can explain to you my list of services. Okay, check this out. Now, here's the thing. If you ask me, hey, how is the retirement law going to affect Dubai, and is it going to be a boost for the real estate sector? Simple answer in a nutshell, and then you don't have to watch the rest of the video, is, oh, it's going to be awesome, super good. It's going to boost the economy. Things are going to get better, right? Good. Now, if you're a little bit of a stickler for detail, and if you want some more detail, then hang around and understand why this might be so, okay? Essentially speaking, what you need to understand is that Dubai is pro-business, okay? It's pro-business. It wants people to do well with their business, grow in terms of their business, make money, right? Dubai, the people who are leaders in Dubai, the rulers of Dubai, don't want to take your money away from you. They want to give you opportunity to make as much money as you want, and they've got no problems with it. Bless you. Make more and more. And so what you need to understand is Dubai, with its attitude of being very pro-business, it's not how's the retirement law going to affect Dubai. You got to look at the entire journey that Dubai has been taking to where it is today, okay? This is not an overnight thing. It's a grand vision of the rulers, the founders of Dubai, the UAE, so on and so forth, okay? Yes, they do balance their culture, their tradition, their religion, right? So even if Dubai is pro-business, they're not going to encourage activities which are going to affect their generations negatively, right? So some activities might be frowned upon, some activities might not be encouraged. So they're looking at, a very balanced approach to being pro-business. And what you have to do is you have to go like 30, 40 years ago, understand that, there was a time when you could do business in Dubai, but you always needed somebody that was called a sponsor, okay? So essentially speaking, you needed a local UAE citizen who was a sponsor for any business that you wanted to operate in Dubai. What Dubai's rulers and the people who advised them figured out that, as good as the sponsor system is for their local Emiratis to be able to get money in terms of fees and so on and so forth, and be encouraged to do business, perhaps it's hindering some companies from operating in Dubai. So what did Dubai then do? Dubai established free zones where you could have 100% ownership of any business, right? So there was the Jebel Ali Free Zone, there was Dubai Internet City, Knowledge Village, Media City. I think now there's like 20 plus free zones where you can own 100% ownership of your business, right? So there's no partner mandated by the government. And recently there has been a steel mill apparently that's going to be established in mainland Dubai, which is going to be again 100% ownership in the name of the owner, okay? There's going to be no local partner. So you following so far? Dubai is very pro-business, and it keeps adapting and reacting to market realities, okay? So this free zone situation or system was there. First it was very limited, then it started expanding, then there was more activities that you could do under the free zone system, so on and so forth. So Dubai has always been very progressive in promoting business. So whatever helps people do better, helps the economy, Dubai is at the forefront and is going to push the envelope. Okay. So let's come back to the retirement situation. Now again, before I explain the retirement situation, you need to understand the property situation, okay? I'm fourth generation in Dubai. My grandfather was a business person in Dubai, and then my father and me and my children, actually. My family's fourth generation, so my children are fourth generation. What a lot of people don't know is before there was freehold in Dubai, we had something called leasehold, okay? So we had leasehold that then morphed into freehold, which was forever ownership. Leasehold is 30, 60, 90 or 99 years in various parts of Dubai. For those who are new to Dubai and are very familiar with freehold, would not understand what a big concept progression or what a big concept jump leasehold property was, right? Because essentially speaking, you're moving from a time where you needed a local person to start a company, moving to being able to own it 100%, moving to land which you could not own in Dubai or the UAE if you were not a Emirati citizen or a UAE citizen, or if you were not a GCC, so one of the other countries, Saudi Arabia, Qatar is in the GCC, Kuwait, Oman, Bahrain, and the UAE. So there's 6 countries there. So if you were not one of those, you couldn't own land. But then they made it leasehold. You could own leasehold property in Dubai. And then I think for 1 or 2 years, leasehold was available, but it didn't really shoot off. And then they brought freehold, and the rest, as we know, is history, right? Freehold essentially caused Dubai's boom to just kind of like skyrocket, right? It just went up and up and up and up and up and up. So if you understand, Dubai being pro-business always responds to the market and how and what is required for the market to get its next boost. Okay. It was in 2013 that one of my mentors, right, he said that he's heard a rumor, okay? So this is in 2013. He's heard a rumor that a 10-year visa is going to be coming into the market, okay? A 10-year visa is going to be coming into the market, which kind of like made sense, right? Because in Dubai, if you're an expat, you generally have a 2-year visa. Well, it used to be a 3-year visa. And, you know, the government didn't have to do a lot around it, except if they give you a 10-year visa, they just collect fees that's 10 years in advance. And so it's kind of like more revenue for the government of Dubai. But this was a rumor back in 2013, and he said it's supposedly coming into the market. I don't know if it was something that he was just making on the top of his head just so he could make more sales, or it was something that he had genuinely heard. Anyways, obviously we come to, I think by 2018, 2019, I believe, this 10-year visa was a reality. But what you should remember is when Freehold was launched, they promised to give a visa as well if you owned a property. This got further not sanctioned, but it got further qualified. You had to have a 1 million dirham property in Dubai to be able to get a 2-year investor visa. Okay, so 2-year investor visa. And some of my clients have this. You've got to have a 1 million dirhams fully paid up, which is about $300,000 approximately. You can correct me in the comment section if it's not the correct conversion, but approximately $300,000 will get you a 2-year investor visa, and you can, live in Dubai. But the visa has its own unique situation with some restrictions. You can't work, you can't earn a salary, so on and so forth. And now coming back to this. So in 2013, they talk about a 10-year visa. If you've got 1 million dirhams, you can get a 2-year renewable visa. So, it's nothing not difficult to get a visa in Dubai, right? So 1 million, or you could establish a company and you could get another visa. Now, 2019, I believe they started giving 10-year visas and 5-year visas if you've got property worth a certain amount, right? What they've essentially done now is they've come out with a retirement visa, okay? A retirement visa, it's got its own requirements. You can look it up on Gulf News. You know, if you're 55 years and plus and you've got 2 million, so it's 2 million worth of property, you can apply for this visa. And again, it's like other requirements there's other conditions with it, but you know, essentially speaking, you could even do that with a 1 million dirham property. So it's not necessarily you need the 2 million dirham property. Here's what I'm going to say, okay? So your question is, how does the retirement visa affect us? Here's the deal, okay? They introduced the 10-year visa last year. They called it the golden visa, right? No, actually, they called it golden card, but then it was a visa stamped in your passport. But you know, to some of us, it felt like maybe it's going to be like a system in Japan where there's a card and you don't have a visa, and then you become this, you know, you've got a 10-year card, right? But essentially, that 10-year visa was so exclusive to people who had like 5, 10 million, maybe 50 million. Some of these people were billionaires who got that 10-year visa. But it did not, in my opinion only, it did not transpire in this amazing big boost of investment coming into the country, because, you know, this whole pandemic situation happened, so on and so forth. What you also have to recognize has been happening is a lot of people of Pakistani, Bangladeshi, I think some Indians as well, Syrian, Iraqi, so on and so forth, nationalities have been applying for foreign passports of, you know, Dominica, St. Louis, St. Kitts, I believe, Portugal, Spain, so forth, just because I think it makes their travel easy, okay? However, what you've also noticed in the last 2-3 years is that the UAE has been pushing its passport way up there, competing with the best of the best, right? So with the UAE passport, you're going to essentially get to be able to travel 100 plus country, 150 plus countries visa free, right? Good, all good. Now, does having a 10-year UAE visa allow you to do that? Having a retirement UAE visa allow you to do that? Here's the thing. The question was, how does the whole retirement visa affect Dubai's economy? It's going to be great for it, because what you understand from here to here, to here, is that it's an evolving process. Dubai is very pro-business. It wants you to encourage. It wants you to encourage and settle down here, spend money over here, enjoy services over here, right? It helps the local economy, and it gives you a good standard of living to live in a very secure country. I don't know any other country that as secure as Dubai, except I believe Singapore. You know, I lived 7 years in Canada. Even bless Canada, like it's an amazing place to be. But I remember Toronto at nighttime in one of the best malls in Toronto. I was walking in the parking lot, and you know, it was after a movie, and I had to look over my shoulder, right? And the quickest or the softest noise, or the shortest, or the or the loudest, or the softest bang really gave me the creeps, right? So Dubai's pretty safe. This is an evolving situation. I bet you there's going to be more news coming that's going to be positive for Dubai's business growth, Dubai's economic growth, and general good stuff happening in Dubai. This isn't just me blabbing on as a fourth generation. My family's been fourth generation in Dubai. It's just, I've explained it to you, right? Dubai is very pro-business. Look at the evolution of the whole situation. There's good stuff coming. Some stuff that I don't want to speak about on YouTube, but you know, stay tuned. There's good stuff happening in Dubai. Ciao for now.